begins with the dreams. Breathe.
Into the mind of a high one? I hope you're joking.
This was their last stand. They are afraid of us. I feel it. You've killed us all!
You have just shown me the solution.
This is impossible. Why are you here? Be gone, Phantom. Be gone and leave me to my slumber. Then this isn't a dream. You really are here. But why? The Prophet dies when the Emperor leaves him. This is the course of the game. It has always been so. Explain yourself. How did you find this place? And why do you still exist? Her? But why? She does not have a mind. She does not have feelings. So why should she do this? But still you speak the truth. I can feel it. Then could it really be that the unlikeliest of all eventualities has become reality and brought you here? Coincidence or caprice, I do not know. The veiled woman cannot be understood. I am sorry. It's been too long since I've spoken to anyone. I have had many names. The Akarians called me the God of Death. The Moonskin people, the Warden of Dreams. The Pyreans, the Demon of the Deep. For your people I am, or was, the Black Guardian. Pompous names, I know. However, I am none of these, neither god nor demon. I am only an eye, condemned to observe again and again. Does you measure time? Older than your most daring chronicles go back, by far. I have seen them all, since our people fell. Every civilization, every cleansing, every turn of the cycle. But, no. The Starlings came long after me. I was only a fool who wanted to save his own skin at any cost. I knew the cleansing would come. I had known it long before the Red Madness and the war started. But I also knew that fighting it as my people did, and as most do, was pointless. So I looked for another way to prevail. And I found it. What you see here is the result. The Goliath, as I like to call it back then. What is it? My self-dug grave. What it was meant to be was a body of steel, an immortal machine with which I planned to merge my consciousness. Only organic life could be reaped by the High Ones, and I thought that by becoming a machine, I could fool them. By the name of the sun, how brilliant I thought myself. I wanted to become a god, laughing in the face of time. But let me spare you my self-pity. What happened, happened. No. Joining the Goliath meant immortality. All I had to do was sleep and awaken once more when the cycle started again, and new life came forth. Except that this new life would not have been defenseless. I would have been a true god to them, one capable of protecting them from the High Ones. No imaginary figure like the Creator. No false gods like the Lightborn were, to speak in your language. As the only one of my people, yes. But it happened faster than it should have. And when the cleansing occurred, the Goliath was not yet finished. And as the Emperor unleashed the light, I had no choice but to complete the joining too early. A fatal error, as it turned out. I did survive, yes. But I am trapped inside this unfinished machine. And ever since then, all I can do is watch. Again and again. about the Goliath is the Eye. It allows me to see what happens on the surface everywhere. Not as literal as you imagine, of course. I see schemes, feel emotions, similar to your gift, to the Echo. But they are enough to understand. Yes, it was not how I planned it. The Goliath in its final form was meant to be divine, a synthesis of man and steel. But I overestimated myself, and I acted too quickly, driven by fear. No, you do not understand. You are stumbling through the fog, even now that it is almost over. By themselves, the High Ones are not the problem. If we would just see them as they really are, they would become powerless. Yes, it is hard to put into words.
Ich weiß nicht viel über die Hohen. Nur, dass sie Teil von etwas sind, das wir den Zyklus nennen. Eine Menschheit entsteht und erblüht, und dann immer zur gleichen Etappe ihrer Entwicklung erscheinen sie. Und mit ihnen der rote Wahnsinn. Die Menschen beginnen den Verstand zu verlieren. Kriege brechen aus und Chaos regiert, bis es schließlich 2, manchmal 3 Jahre später geschieht. Die Läuterung. Jener Moment, in dem die Hohen das kollektive Bewusstsein einer Menschheit verschlingen, damit daraus ein neuer, der ihren, geboren werden kann. Niemand kennt dabei ihre Beweggründe. Ob sie aus Niederträchtigkeit handeln, aus Überlebensdrang, oder ob sie vielleicht überhaupt keinen eigenen Willen haben, wie ein Naturgesetz. Aber eines weiß ich, so mächtig sie auch sein mögen, die Menschen sind es, die ihnen diese Macht in die Hände legen. Wir machen sie zu dem, was sie sind. Denn was niemand versteht, ist simpel. Die Hohen nähren sich von dem, wovon die Menschheit am meisten hat. Von ihrem Stolz, ihrer Gier, ihrem Hass, ihrer Angst und ihrer immerwährenden Suche nach einem Feindbild, das verantwortlich für alles Schlechte ist, das geschieht. Es sind diese Abgründe, die die Hohen sich zunutze machen. Sie sind menschlich. Jeder von uns hat sie. Und für sich gesehen sind sie keine Gefahr. Es ist der Umgang damit. Denn wenn wir sie verschärfen, sie nicht reflektieren und sie verleumden, beginnen sie den Hohen in die Hände zu spielen. Warum? Fragt ihr. Auch das ist einfach. Die Hohen selbst können die Läuterung nicht herbeiführen. Nur ein Mensch kann es. Mit dem Leuchtfeuer. Genau wie über die Hohen auch, weiß ich wenig über seine Natur. Es existiert seit Anbeginn der Zeit, seit die Hohen auch bestehen. Und anders als ihr nun vielleicht glaubt, sagen die alten Schriften die Wahrheit. In den Händen dessen, der den Numinos trägt, kann es die Hohen verbannen. Ein für allemal. Aber es kann die Menschheit auch zerstören. Denn entzündet man es, ohne den Numinos zu besitzen, ist das, was geschieht, weit mehr als nur eine verheerende Explosion. Es ist die Läuterung. Der Triumph der Hohen über eine weitere Menschheit. Und just während wir sprechen, hat ein Mensch, Thealor Arantheal, es getan. Ein grelles Licht erscheint im Kern der Maschine und es breitet sich aus. Erst nur auf Enderal, dann über das Rote Meer hinweg auf die anderen Kontinente. Binnen weniger Stunden wird alles Leben es spüren. Eine Hitze, die von innen verbrennt. Ein grelles Licht, das durch ihr Fleisch nach außen bricht. Versteht ihr nun? Die Hohen haben keine eigentliche Macht über uns. Alles, was sie tun, was der rote Wahnsinn tut, ist, unsere Abgründe zu nähren, uns zu manipulieren, um uns dazu zu bringen, uns selbst zu zerstören. Wir sind es also, die unser Fallbeil schmieden. Wir führen sie zum Sieg, obwohl in unseren Händen doch der Schlüssel zu unserer Rettung liegt. Aber anstatt unsere Narretei zu erkennen, verbeißen wir uns in demselben Fehler, wiederholen unser Schicksal, immer und immer wieder. Und alles nur, weil wir uns weigern zu sehen. Denn wer will schon wissen, dass es unser eigener Stolz, unsere Schwächen sind, die uns zugrunde richten? Wer will schon hören, dass es keine einfache Antwort gibt, keinen klaren Feind, der für die eigene Misere die Verantwortung trägt? Es ist so zynisch. Der Moment, in dem wir begreifen würden, dass wir es sind, die die Hohen real machen, wäre der Moment, in dem das alles ein Ende hätte. Aber wir tun es nicht.
They reap, we sow. Dreams, thoughts, visions, they are everywhere, but the principle is always the same. They throw a tainted seed into a fertile ground. The rest happens by itself. Just think for a moment. When did the High Ones ever do anything other than manipulate you? Did they ever physically influence any events? They incited the Naramis to march against you, and time and again confirmed the righteousness of both your causes. All they told you, all they showed you, was what you wanted to hear, and what you wanted to see. And yes, if you, Teolor Renthial, his order, and the Naramis had never acted, the cleansing would never have happened. Maybe there is, but if so, I do not know it. But the more turns of the cycle I witness, the more I get the impression that it is some kind of trial. A cosmic game, woven by powers we have not even come close to comprehending. Maybe this is just wishful thinking, to give all this pain a meaning, when it does not have one. Maybe the High Ones are simply a law of nature, a concept, and we give birth to them by believing there is such a thing as an ultimate external enemy in the first place. The eternal struggle with ourselves. Perhaps that is just part of what it means to exist. Like 1,000 others before him, the High Ones knew exactly what they had to do to get him to commit this last act of desperation. They played him with his weaknesses and fears, like a figure on a chessboard. And the saddest part is that until the very end, he will believe that he has done something good. That was his greatest fear, yes. To be remembered as a failure, a broken man. That was the stream the High Ones manipulated him from the moment he died, after attempting to flee from his prison on Narim. The real Orinthial, he is dead, Prophet. He is a fleshless one of the mightiest tools of the High Ones. Just as you are. I wish it were. The methods of how the High Ones influence us are plentiful, and the red madness and their ability to enter our dreams are not their only means. Their mightiest tool is the creation of projections, fleshless ones, or emissaries, as they are also called. If a person dies, and if this person has one last unfulfilled wish, a compulsion, then the High Ones have the power to create a projection of him, an immaterial image of the deceased, which thinks itself real and is perceived as such. What no one notices, not even the projection itself, are two things. Firstly, it is driven by this last unfulfilled desire. Secondly, it becomes an idealized version of its former self, almost tailor-made to free itself from the last compulsion, that ultimate scourge. The daughters of fishermen become warriors. Broken generals become charismatic and driven leaders who seem almost too determined to be real. You are one of these projections, as are all of the emissaries. You are a fleshless one, a spirit searching for liberation from something. I do not know your past before you came to this land, because before you became the prophet, you were insignificant. But what happened to you and your friend on that ship? You never survived it. You drowned in the Red Sea, and in that very moment, the High Ones entered your mind and made you into what you are today. And other than myself, the High Ones knew your compulsion, knew the desire that drove you. Whatever it was, it made you predictable, and it allowed them to play you, just as they played Orynthiel and Korak. Do you see it now? Every dream the High Ones sent you, every time they appeared to you, they all had but a single purpose: to feed your self-image, to push you in a certain direction. They wanted you to play the game for their purposes, and they succeeded. You read the echo of the future, as other prophets did before you. You helped Orynthiel reconstruct the beacon, and led him to the Numinos. When he saw that it would be taken away from him at the very last instant, his fear of failure led him into doing what he did. You are not to blame, Prophet. You did what countless others did before you, and you did it because you thought it was the right thing to do. Only one thing is different. In all the time I have been here, never before did a projection realize its own nature. You were meant to dissolve like the rest of mankind. Yet, here you stand, and I tell you the truth. This was never meant to happen. Oh, stop it. No, it is too late for that. By the name of the sun, it is so ironic that the veiled woman did not lead you here earlier. It is over, Prophet. You are strong, but regardless of how long your power can protect you from the light of the cleansing, eventually you will dissolve too. Even if... Wait. No. Maybe you are right. Maybe there is a way. But no, it would be pointless. Forgive me, I have to think. Yes, there could be a way. What I told you is true. Here on Earth, you would not survive the cleansing. But there is one place where you could. The Star City. I know that you brought something back from your journey there. The escape pods. And I know that they can also take you back there. For I have seen the Yalam Rashe, the ancient starlings, do so. Whatever has protected the city over all these millennia, it would protect you too. Yes, you could survive it. By the face of time, you could. No, it would not. But that is irrelevant. You are fleshless, a projection. And just like me, time cannot touch you. Age cannot kill you. And thus you could succeed where I have failed. You could wait for the cleansing to be over. And then create a new humanity. Create a new humanity. It is only a matter of time until the new turn of the cycle starts. New life will come forth. First, simple life, then human. And just like the civilizations before them, they will also fall victim to the High Ones, because they will have the same weaknesses as we do. But not with your help. You could be a god to them. You could guide their ascent. You could shape a mankind free of egos and weaknesses. And by doing so, you would deprive the High Ones of their power. Just imagine, in this new world, there would be no need for a beacon, because the High Ones simply would not have any strings to pull on. Mankind will defeat them by becoming superior. Yes, I regret that I did. Please, right now, you have the chance to break a millennial-old pattern. Do not let it go to waste. I beg you. You are so stubborn. But, well, you might be able to destroy the beacon itself. The light, it consumes everyone who gets too close to it. But you, as a projection, you might be able to do it. It will not stop what the beacon has already done, but it will interrupt it. However, it would mean your death. Yours and that of all life in Enderal. It is too late to save them now. And even if you succeed, it changes nothing. Yes, Korik would be dead. But do you think the High Ones would just give up? They would retreat for a few years. Decades, maybe. No more. And then it would all happen again. Until another emissary lights the beacon. Trust me, I know humans far better than I would like to. Within a few years you would be forgotten, and they would win, as they always do. And who would that be? Even if there were someone, do you think anyone would listen? If you were to tell them that humanity itself is to blame, that the ultimate enemy does not even exist. You are delaying the inevitable, nothing more. And you are throwing away a chance, which we might never have again. then you will change nothing. But what can I do? I am powerless. Go. Do what you must. Deal with the consequences. There is one more thing I need to ask of you, however. One final request. I want you to shut me down. Yes, I want to finally rest. I will not spend another 1,000 years watching this tragedy unfold. You could have changed it, but you did not. There is nothing I can do now. Please, do it. The switch is in front of you. That was how I connected myself to the Goliath. It will cut the connection as well. Do it, and then go. Go and fulfill your fate. Forgive me. The two of us will now exchange places. I am sorry for the deception. And if there were another way, I would not do this. You could have made the right choice, but you refused. And I will not see this chance go to waste. I cannot. Once this is all over, I will send someone to free you from the Goliath. But until then...
Over here! Quickly! By the wise hermit, are you okay? I was so afraid. You...
Miserable fool! I would have kept my word, but if you want to play games, fine! I have had enough time to practice!
Oh, shit!
We could have built a better world together! But you throw it all away! For who?
Western, blazes! Get away from the machine now! Now! Attack the generators! What are you doing? You'll get yourself killed! We need to deal with these things here first! What are you doing? You'll get yourself killed! We need to deal with these things here first! Holy shit! Get away from the glowing one, quickly! doing? You'll get yourself killed! We need to deal with these things here first!
We could have built a better world together. Throw it all away. For who? You are not meant to become a god. You never were.
Again! Get away from him!
See, what have you achieved? I deserve this!
Now! Attack the generators! Oh, shit! Not again! Get away from the glowing one! Or shoot it! Quickly! Now! Attack the generators! Oh, son! He's breathing fire again! Get away from him! Now! Attack the generators! He's breathing fire again! Get away from him! The shields are down! The generators, now!
No! What have you done?
I guess the explanations will have to wait. I had a feeling that might be the case. Go on ahead. I'll follow. Yeah, I guessed as much. Yuzlan and he didn't even try to get me inside after that dragon attacked us. Lucky for me, I found another way in. Otherwise, I never would have found you. And you were... My skull, it feels like it's on fire. This must be the cleansing. If this is how it feels down here, then fate have mercy on those who are on the surface. Don't you feel anything? Then the Black Guardian was right, wasn't he? What you are, your fleshlessness. It protects you. By the wise hermit, I just don't understand. I mean, you're here, right before me, and I can see you. Is it really possible? Could you be an illusion? Huh. I guess so. So, what now? Your decision, is it final? Oh, of course. Who better to answer that question than a philanthropist like me? But if you insist, I think the Black Guardian was right, though. Sacrificing yourself, it would be pointless. Even if I somehow managed to escape the explosion from the beacon, how do we know that those other people Orenthiel put so much faith in would even believe me? You said it yourself, people want to be deluded. That's what makes the High Ones so strong. But to create a new world, as bizarre as all this sounds, I think it would be our best chance. But then again, it is your call. If we flee, I won't live to see this new mankind. I don't know. But there is a secret passage into the South Quarter. If I can reach the Myrid there, I might be able to flee to one of the islands. I think I can make it. Somehow. I hope you're right. I really do. Then, I suppose I should start looking for a way out now, shouldn't I? Kira would be a good place to start. Maybe the Golden Queen will listen to me. It was a pleasure. Farewell.
Saira, I thought you were dead. The beacon, the Naramis. They tried to storm the temple, as the Grandmaster said they would. We tried to stop them, but there were just too many of them. Enderal, he came back just when we thought it was too late. That the High Ones killed you, Sharim, Jespar, all of you, and that he found the Numinos and would save us all. Then he went to the beacon and... Yes, just then Naramis broke through the gate, but it all happened so quickly. There was this flash, and suddenly this rift in the sky. The light, it burns us from within. Can't you feel it, Saira? Maybe it's the echo. Maybe it protects you. But I suppose it doesn't matter anymore, does it? I don't have much longer. I can feel it. Saira, tell me one thing. What's happening here? I thought Beacon would save us. What? But you're here. That must mean something, right? You can stop it. You can save us. Yes, of course you will. It's what you do. At least that means that all of this wasn't for nothing. We did something good. And that's...
Is that you? I did it. What? No. No, you're wrong, darling. I saved them. Don't you see? I led them to the light. I... alone.
A great philosopher once said that every change begins with a moment of lucidity. In these moments, a veil opens, one which normally shrouds all the unwelcome truths we are aware of, but which we have buried deep within ourselves, where we cannot see them. And it is only these moments in which we can make a decision. The decision to either act or to let the moment pass, until the veil seals itself again and we once more are the slaves of our habits. I don't believe in revolutions. They're too simple, too fiery, and they too often end with the opposite result of what was intended. But neither am I a cynic who has lost all of his faith in the world. Change is possible, but it won't come as a big bang, but rather as a long path, one that will constantly confront us with obstacles. Obstacles we can either choose to overcome, or at which we can choose to quietly turn around and go back to being what we were. The sacrifice of the one who will be remembered as the prophet is proof that I am right. Yes, some might see the downfall of Enderal as the triumph of the High Ones, but it wasn't. It was neither that nor a triumph for mankind. What we were granted was a moment of lucidity, the chance to start our own walk down a long, rocky path. The High Ones exist because we believe in them. We, our egos, give them their power. And the more we listen to their words, the more we hate them, and the more powerful they become. Indeed, the beacon, this ancient machine of unknown origin, can destroy us, but it can also free us from the High Ones, if we use it right. Rumors that the Arizalians have started constructing a second beacon, and the knowledge that this time we are aware of its nature, give me hope that the prophet has not died in vain, and that we continue walking.